This video demonstrates how to measure a particular variable using the indicators that intend to measure the particular variable. As an example, in this particular SPSS file, you would see certain indicators that intend to measure the respective variables that we want to measure in the particular model. As an example, if you look into the IV01 underscore A, IV01 underscore B, C, and D, these are the indicators that intend to measure the first independent variable, IV01. Subsequently, we'll also find IV02A, B, C, and D to measure the independent variable 2, that is IV02. Likewise, in this particular SPSS file, we have indicators that is being used to measure respective variables that we want to have in the model. That is the independent variables, dependent variable, and in case if you have mediators and the moderators, including them as well. Now, what we're going to demonstrate here is then how you can calculate or how you can measure the averages of these particular indicators so that we can get the measurement for a particular variable that we want to measure using this particular data set that we have with us. In order to measure each and every variable, there are very simple steps that we can follow. So please follow the following guidelines. First, you need to go to this transform on the top. On the top panel, you can see the transform. Just click on that. Once you click on that, you can see the first option under the transform, that is the compute variable. So select the compute variable and click on that. Once you select the compute variable, you will get a new window, as you can see here. Now, what I want to do is I want to calculate the averages of the first 4 indicators, that is IV01, A, B, C, and D, so that I can calculate the IV01, which is the first variable that I want to measure. So I give it a name or the label called the IV01 underscore AVG, or the average. That's what I want to measure. Now, in this particular panel that you can see here you can write the numerical expression that you want to bring in order to calculate the averages of the first 4 indicators that intend to measure the first variable. How do I do that? There are many ways that we can do it, but for this particular video, I will use a very simple approach that we can follow. On the right-hand side, under the functions group, there are many different functions that you can see. So if you go here and select the statistical, right, you will come up with some functional and specific variables that we can use here, right? So you can select the statistical from this functional group. Once you select that, there'll be a lot of functions and specific variables that we can use here. What I want is the mean. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to select this mean here, right? So once you select the mean, you can see that the mean comes into this numerical expression window, or the space, I would say. You can see that it says mean within brackets and 2 question marks, and between you can see a comma. What you need to do is you need to provide the respective indicators so that it will calculate the mean of that particular indicators, and it will create a new variable called the IV01 AVG and assign to that. So what can I do? I can just, remove this particular question mark, and then from this drop down, you can see here, from these labels that you can see here, I'm going to select the respective independent variables that the indicators that I want to measure the particular variable. So I'll take IV01A, comma, so the IV01B, comma, IV01C, comma, and IV01D, right? So you can see they are followed by a comma, right? Another way that you can do is instead of typing everything here, right? You can take the first independent variable, that is IV01A, and then say from that 2, and then space the IV01D, IV01A to IV01D, right? And once you click OK, it will compute the averages of the mean values of these first 4 indicators, that is IV01A, B, C, D, and it will subsequently create a new variable in the data set. You can see towards the very end, you can see the new variable that I have created, that is the averages of the first 4 indicators, IV01, A, B, C, D. So that I get the IV01. Good. So you can use this for your further computation. Thank you.